Hello, good evening, everyone. Now, what we are going to do better every day is we are going to write down some important points. So please keep a separate copy in which we are going to prepare important notes to remember for CUET MA Economics exam. Whatever important notes are required, we will go ahead and we will write those down. Not in any order. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ माइक्रो होगा या मैक्रो होगा. Not in any order. But we just want to write down whatever important points are required from the point of view of this year's CUET exam. क्या क्या आ सकता है? I will try and cover all of that. So first of all, there will be multiple points बेटा. अलग-अलग fields हैं जैसे मैं बोल रही हूँ, but इनके ऊपर ऐसे ऐसे करके कैसे भी एक क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. So the first important thing that you should remember, please keep writing those down beta, is that average fixed cost is rectangular hyperbola. Beta, I have prepared about 300 to 400 pages of these important pointers. Of course, I will not be able to cover everything in on our YouTube live sessions, but for students who have enrolled for the course, for them it would be available on their portal. They can go ahead and have a look at these notes also. They're not in any order, they're just pointers, but ye pointers say 90% of the paper will come. So it is going to be very useful for you. बहुत important होंगे. So first of all, the first pointer beta is very simple, that the average fixed cost, it is rectangular hyperbola, as we know. So this is my AFC, this is my quantity, and this is a rectangular hyperbola. The second pointer beta that we have is that the closing down, I don't want to write 2, 3, otherwise I will only forget. Closing down point of a firm. When will a competitive firm close down? That is where you have min of AVC equal to P in the short run. Right, beta? Very important. इन्हीं से ही MCQs बनेंगे, so you have to write these down, these points down. As I said, किसी order में नहीं है. Development, eco, micro, macro सब mix है, but they are important pointers. Third point. Livingston, in his critical, ये सब past years के जितने पेपर हैं सबको include करके I have made out these points. So in his critical minimum effort thesis, treats population as a factor that is income depressing. So ये चीज important है. So question like this will come. Which of the following does Livingston consider? Which factor does he consider as income depressing? किस चीज की वजह से income depress हो सकती है, income गिर सकती है? Which of the following factor does he consider to be income depressing? And then you will write down the answer as population. Okay. Please write down the fourth point, beta. Equality, ये सारे के सारे पे MCQ will come. In taxation, can best be achieved by applying principle of equal marginal sacrifice. So equi-marginal sacrifice ka, acha, if you remember in my lectures, I am covering canons of taxation. This morning only I have gone ahead and I have posted this. Why? Because this is important from exam point of view, very important. तो बेटा ऐसे कुछ कुछ टॉपिक्स हैं जो कहीं पे भी आज तक नहीं आए थे, बट वो CUET के एंट्रेंस एग्जाम में आ सकते हैं। ऐसे टॉपिक्स को ही हमें कवर करना है. दैट इज व्हाई आई एम प्रिपेयरिंग अ सेपरेट, इफ यू थिंक, आई हैव स्टार्टेड प्रिपेयरिंग अ सेपरेट पार्ट which only talks about these topics, which which only talks about these topics where I have gone ahead and I have talked about all of these. I'm not able to find that now, but those topics which are important but they have never been covered beta, because वो किसी और एग्जाम में आते ही नहीं थे, तो कभी हम लोगों ने भी इंस्टीट्यूट में उन्हें कवर नहीं किया. वो सारे टॉपिक्स को अब मैं आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू कवर. इफ यू सी दिस, आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू कवर ऑल ऑफ दोज टॉपिक्स नाउ in my recordings. Okay, so those will also be very useful to you beta. Okay, ठीक है जी. तो let us go back and let us continue what I was writing. Where were we? Where are the important topics that I was making? Give me a minute. So those topics beta which have, as I was mentioning, which have never been asked, please make sure that you go to the syllabus and you read each and every such topic. Okay, here it is. So please write down the next point. It is based on equi-marginal sacrifice. ठीक है, next pointer लिखो. I am going to give you some books and their corresponding authors. So please write down the book New Industrial State. That was given by J.K. Galbraith. The book History of Economic Analysis. It was given by J.A. Schumpeter. The book इकोनॉमिक थ्योरी, ये बुक्स इंपॉर्टेंट हैं जो मैं लिखवा रही हूँ, ये एग्जाम में आ सकती हैं. एंड ऑपरेशन एनालिसिस, इट वाज गिवन बाय W.J. Baumol. Okay, the book Principles of Political Economy, it was given by J.S. Mill. Right, these are the important books beta that you have to remember. Okay, so now another point that comes in exam is related to capability approach. ये सारे क्वेश्चन MCQs अलग अलग थ्रू इंडिया जितने भी पेपर्स होते हैं उन सारे पेपर्स की समराइज्ड वर्जन से ये MCQs जो भी बनते हैं उन्हीं को ही मैंने पॉइंटर्स में कन्वर्ट किया. I've just converted them into pointers. So please write down. Many exams will ask about the capability approach. This capability approach, it was conceived or it came in 1980s. And this was an alternative approach to welfare economics coined by Amartya Sen. So many people will in the match the following, in CUET it may come match the following, and उसमें capability approach आ जाएगा. So the capability approach, it came in 1980s and it was given by Amartya Sen. Right? Okay, beta, write down the next pointer. Sometimes they ask about something which is known as state preference theory. I'm not going to explain that. You can read about it, but in state preference theory, the whenever you have linear indifference curve, that shows risk aversion is 0. Right? That shows risk aversion is 0. याद करते जाओ साथ साथ, just remember this. Okay. So sometimes people again match the following में आता है, who made unique contributions in selling cost area. तो जो सेलिंग कॉस्ट करके कॉन्सेप्ट है, उसको उसमें किसने, कौन से इकोनॉमिस्ट ने कंट्रीब्यूट किया था? सो प्लीज राइट डाउन, चेम्बरलिन हैज मेड unique contribution in selling cost area. Right? Okay. So then sometimes they ask you, they will give you a definition that profits of government resulting from printing of money is called, and then they will give you 4 options. So beta, seigniorage क्या होता है? जब गवर्नमेंट नोट्स प्रिंट करके उससे प्रॉफिट बनाती है, that is called seigniorage. So please write down profit of the government resulting from printing or minting of money. That is called seigniorage. Last note of the day, beta. So my first page is over out of 320 pages. That is going to be about the classical economist. So classical economist के बारे में सबको पता है, but क्या ये पता है कि ये term किसने introduce की थी? Who coiled the term classical economist? Who used it for the first time? So classical economist for the first time was used by Karl Marx. He was the person who used the term classical economist for the first. So day 1 का हमारा important note हो गया, ये aim है हमारा है, we will try and write as many such pointers in the live classes as possible. The aim is for you to score 350 plus out of 400 in your paper. So these points will be very useful there. Okay.